are coming to you on mute from $1 Million Studios. Your boys, Chris Speez,
a.k.a. the White Snake.
And the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines.
That will make me the Black Mongoose.
The Black Mongoose.
Yeah, you never seen a mongoose fuck up a snake before?
Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Monday night, March the 25th, 2019. We thank you so much for being with us here on Twitch. And if you're with us on Periscope or over on the YouTubes, you need to hop over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/SpeezBenchmark. As of WrestleMania weekend, it's going to be our streaming platform of choice. So if you haven't subscribed to us over there on Twitch, we hope you will do so. Hop on over there and give us a follow. And we're up to 42 followers.
Yes.
We are extremely close to our goal of 50 prior to WrestleMania. So spread the good word and tell the folks about it because we would very much appreciate it. Thank you, Otis Section, for dropping those super hearts over on Periscope. You can still do that. And if you want to chip into the program, you can also do so at the tip jar, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. Tell them why, Silky.
Because these bills need to get paid.
Indeed, they do. And as always, we welcome your phone calls here on the program. 832-937-4559 is the number to get in.
That's 832-93-SILKY.
832-93-SILKY. We are on the road to WrestleMania. 13 days.
13 days.
Until WrestleMania,
Feels
Silky.
like last week it was like fucking 4 weeks away.
I know, right?
Now it's like, I was watching the end of Raw and I'm like, damn, it's 13 days next Sunday?
Yeah, it's getting here in a hurry. We're going to talk a little WrestleMania and tonight's Monday Night Raw. Also, New Japan Cup concluded over the weekend, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and the G1 Supercard coming up WrestleMania week at the Madison Square Garden, which should be fantastic as well. Raven's Blood coming through strong with those super. They're just coming like crazy over there on Periscope. Thank you so much for that, Miss Deanna. We appreciate that. She is her package is on the way. She the winner of last week's Wrestle Trivia, so she won the Rock Metal diecast and the Rock wrestling card with the WrestleMania Met Relic thing in there. Yeah, it's not there. No, I already put it. It's on its way. She knows it's there. What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody. Get the tables. Babaruski, Mike Check, Juanito. Jody Mania, of course. Mac Diesel, 832-93-SILKY. We always count on him for the shout-out. Peck and Rod, good to see you, sir. BRJSBKKU. And Tana's with us. Busted for Autism. That's awesome as well. So welcome to all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Did you guys say you were going straight Twitch, no scope? Yes, that is in fact the case, Mac Diesel, as of WrestleMania weekend. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, part of the deal with becoming a Twitch affiliate, which we will become once we hit that 50 follower thing. Hey, look at that. Babaruski's now hosting us. Look at that, how that comes right over Silky's face. Isn't that awesome?
That's some bullshit.
I'm going to go ahead and move that and shrink it
notification
down. There you go. See, now it'll come right there. Thanks for hosting us, Babaruski. That's awesome. See, new shit that we're trying out, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. DX, good to see you, sir. And look at that. We got a new follower. Truth and Loyalty now following us over there on Twitch as well. Thank you, sir. See, I'm figuring out all the shit, Silky.
There you go.
But anyway, yes, we will be going exclusive on Twitch because of the way that it works with the, whatchamacallit, and the thingamajig. Yeah, there you go.
Getting paid.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, don't block Silky's face. I know, the moneymaker. We can't do that.
Thank you. Face is the paycheck.
Oh, and Brooke. Thank you, Brooke. Brooke, I finally sent Brooke the Demon Finn Balor poster that I got last year at WrestleMania. I got one for Silky. I got one for Brooke, who is like the OG Speez and the Benchmark fan. She's been with us from the very beginning, and I've had that thing forever and been meaning to send it off. I finally sent it off, so it arrived before a full year went by, so that's good. Thank you, Juanito, for hosting us as well. We appreciate that, good sir. So, still keeping the black and white tag team thing kind of sort of like, nah, not really. You know, I couldn't find my Astros hat. I got my Woo shirt going on.
Yeah, just sacrilege all over the place. Ric Flair shirt with an NWO hat.
I can't help it, man.
It's
the way that it goes. It's the way that it goes. Let's get into some Monday Night Raw tonight. So the big news earlier today, we found out that the women will, in fact, main event this year's WrestleMania, the Raw Women's Championship Triple Threat match. And thank you very much, Busted for Autism, for following us over there on Twitch. The women's triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair will, in fact, main event WrestleMania this year. Silky, is this the right call?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, That's the only other. There's no other match really. I think you could do Lesnar and Rollins, but honestly, that match has more star power than any of the other matches. So I think it is the right call to have them main event WrestleMania, and more people will watch it just for that. Because I mean, you're literally watching history.
Yeah, I totally agree. And thank you, Get the Tables and Peck and Rod, for the host as well over there on Twitch. Yeah, I tweeted this out earlier. You know, as far as long-term builds go, this is the best storyline going into WrestleMania.
Yes.
It's been going on the longest. It's the most intriguing storyline. And I would even say, and I don't feel bad saying it, it's more intriguing than the Kofi Mania storyline. That's been relatively new. I know it's a lot of fans are really into it right now.
I think the Kofi Mania is too convoluted. Like he won the gauntlet match. They should have just got to there and they should have just let him, go to WrestleMania. We know that's the end result. So let him go to WrestleMania and let us get some actual build between them two, instead of all of the build was getting Kofi to Mania, and then there's no build for him and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're going to run out of steam once he gets the match. Okay, what about the match?
Yeah,
you got to build to that. So, Ronda Rousey came out, and don't worry, Kristen, you'll figure it out. Twitch, it takes some time. I did type in the commands there for the Nightbot. I know some of you have fun with the commands. ! And then various commands. You can click on that link there and see what's going on and have some fun with us here. See, as Mac Diesel's doing already.
Black Man Script.
I forgot your gift again. God dang it. Every time I see that, it reminds me of the gift I got for you. You guys have a great show. Don't forget to follow. We appreciate that. Get the Tables. So Ronda Rousey came out at the beginning of the show tonight. And before we get into the match or matches that took place at the beginning of the evening, because I know there was a lot of discussion about that, Ronda Rousey with a mic drop promo where she actually dropped the mic on 3 separate occasions. Said something, dropped the mic, walked into the corner, went back and picked up the mic. Oh, I forgot I got something else to say. Boom, drop the mic again, picks it up a third time. Oh, I forgot I got something else. She did this shit 3 times, which is kind of ridiculous.
Has no one explained to her how mic drops work?
Clearly they have not. They have not. But anyway, she said the very first time, women are main eventing WrestleMania this year. You're welcome, mic drop. My question to you, Silky, and to those of you in the chat, because I see a lot of people excited about the fact that the women are main eventing WrestleMania this year. Is Ronda Rousey right? Would the women have main evented WrestleMania this year had it not been for Ronda Rousey, yes or no?
No.
I totally agree.
And
that's why people get so pissy about Ronda Rousey. And I put this out on Twitter earlier tonight. You can boo Ronda Rousey all you want, but the fact of the matter is, I don't think there's any way in hell that match main events if not for Ronda Rousey.
Yes, if you take Rousey out and it's just Becky and Charlotte, it's going to be a great match, but I don't think it main events. Like, you need Ronda's star power to make this match the main event.
Yeah, I totally agree. So she's right.
Yes,
she's right. And that's part of the good thing about...
Yeah, and that's part of what makes people hate her right now. I mean, nothing gets people more irritated than when someone tells you the truth. And you know they're telling the truth, and you can't dispute it, but you just don't like them. They're assholes, but they're telling you the truth. And that's what Ronda is doing right now. She's being an asshole, but she's telling you the truth.
That's exactly right.
I mean,
that's what's great about it. Mike Drop says, give me my money for each mic drop reference. Mac Diesel got blocked by at least 3 people for saying that Ronda Rousey was the reason. People on Twitter don't like it. Everybody on Twitter wants to try to sell you on the fact that, no, it's Becky. It's Becky. Everybody loves the man. It's the man. I've made no secret about the fact that I'm not particularly fond of the man as a character. That said, she deserves that spot. They deserve that spot. But there's no fucking way they're main eventing WrestleMania without Ronda Rousey. There's no way. Come on, people. We got to be realistic here. But anyway, they'll actually be on SportsCenter tomorrow.
Oh.
Charlotte Flair, in case you didn't catch this on Raw, Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and Becky Lynch, all 3 going to be on SportsCenter tomorrow morning. I believe it's the 6:45 edition. But anyway, or they're going to be on at 6:45. So yeah, getting a lot of mainstream coverage, as you would expect.
Yep.
Now, this led to the first set of matches of the evening, which was a Beat the Clock challenge between Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey, where they would take on various members of the Riot Squad. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the Beat the Clock challenge, it's essentially that a series of wrestlers face the same wrestler, or in this case, the same stable of wrestlers, and whoever wins in the fastest amount of time is declared the winner of the Beat the Clock challenge. Now, what was the point of this Beat the Clock challenge? If you know, please let us know in the chat, because I have no fucking idea what the point of this was
it's
whatsoever.
It's a triple threat match. It's not like a gauntlet style or, it's triple threat. Why?
Well, here's how it went down. So first, Ronda Rousey, I'm going to the notes here. So you got your notes handy? I'm going to my notes.
Yes, I got my notes handy.
You don't have fucking notes. First, Ronda Rousey and Sarah Logan. Okay? Soon as the bell rings, Sarah Logan just takes off and starts hauling ass and running all around the ring, trying to stay away from Ronda Rousey to make the match go as long as possible. Okay, decent. We're going to get to the Riot Squad in a minute. Anyway, Ronda gets her win. Then it's Charlotte taking on Ruby Riott. She eventually gets Ruby Riott into the figure four, bridging into the figure eight.
Okay.
Just fucking stupid, by the way.
It's great.
It's not stupid.
It's
not great.
It's exactly.
Damn it.
It's not stupid.
I got to talk to myself for it. Anyway, did not beat Ronda Rousey's time, which brought about Becky Lynch taking on Liv Morgan. And, of course, Becky Lynch wins with about 7 or 8 seconds to spare. So Becky Lynch wins the Beat the Clock challenge. Now, I want to get to the couple of comments here. This conversation did just come up when Ronda came in. Charlotte was always the one who was the main event conversation. Okay, that's fair, Bobaruski. Charlotte was in the main event conversation. I'll give you that. But I don't think they get that spot without Ronda Rousey. Raven's Blood brings it up, okay? And here it is. Oh, never mind. Mike Chick says, the reason for the Beat the Clock was 150% TV time to show the women. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know TLC wants my attention. He ain't getting it. Can I just say how happy Roman versus Drew? Okay, yes. But here's the thing. Raven's Blood brings it up. When you have a Beat the Clock challenge, you throw a fucking jobber out there that has no fucking chance whatsoever of beating the competitors in the Beat the Clock challenge, and
that's what they did.
Had the Riot Squad fallen that far?
Yes.
Oh my God.
When's the last time they actually won? And here's how bad it's going to get. Next week, it's Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda against the Riot Squad. How much you want to bet this match is run 3 times and each of them get beaten single-handedly? Like Ronda,
I was shocked that was what they were. That's a horrible spot for the Riot Squad. I know Juanito's sad about it because he's a big Ruby Riott fan. He loves him some Ruby Riott.
Me too.
She doesn't qualify quite as Black Man's Kryptonite.
I mean, she's still white, so yeah. But
she's still white.
But yeah, I just don't know. And the crazy part is they still try to put Ruby over as, a future women's champion. It's like at some point you got to be like, do you have eyes? Like, have you not been seeing this? I mean, she has lost literally every fucking match she's been in for the past few months.
I'm telling you, it's been absolutely horrible. Just send Foxy out there if she's not too drunk.
Hell, Foxy's been doing better than her.
I know. It just, man, it's a sad state of affairs for the Riot Squad, and I felt bad for them. I legitimately felt bad for them. What's up, Steve Weiser? Glad to have you with us, sir, over on Periscopes there. Jump on over to Twitch and follow us over there. We'd appreciate that. Silky, please don't forget that is Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky turn on each other, that person will be pulled out of Mania. Is that what they said?
I don't. I just saw the graphic. I saw like 20 minutes of Raw. Yeah. Full disclosure.
Well, I'll just tell you.
But even if they're going to find some way where Ronda doesn't tag and then boom, match is over, and then they get back in, they probably restart it, and then Becky gets in the ring, and then she doesn't tag, And boom, match is over, and they do it again. They
Okay,
run
I
it
missed
third
this
time.
part of the stipulation. Shame on me as the host of the program here. But apparently, if any of them turn on the other one, then they're not going to be in Mania. So we're not going to see that. But why?
But
why
even
do they
so,
do this? Why put them in a
even
match?
so, in theory, right? Torque and Tire.
No, I'm going to get going on that again.
In theory, there is no way the Riot Squad should lose this because you've got 3 women who fucking hate each other. They hate each other. And then you've got 3 women that are a collective unit, have been moving as a unit for a couple years now, and they're going to lose. They're 100% going to lose.
I couldn't agree more. They're going to
It's
lose,
just,
and
I
they're going
mean,
to lose
yeah.
huge. And it's a
goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
how'd that get so quick? Oh,
It's a goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
Yes.
I got to get my Jim Cornette turned up there. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm not a big fan of it. But anyway, rest in peace to the Riot Squad for the time being. That's unfortunate, but they'll be back, and then we'll be made to think that none of this shit ever happened, and they are legitimate, challengers for the title when they're not, because they keep getting jobbed out and shit like this. But it happens. We are not going to Mania, Tana, unfortunately.
Yep, unfortunately.
But
we will be watching it, and we will be doing a live show before it.
Which reminds me, should have hit this right at the beginning of the show. But in case you missed it on Twitter, one of the things that Silky and I have been talking about a lot is there are quite a few folks that we chat with on Twitter and via YouTube and things like that catch the replays of our shows that don't get to be a part of the live show because they're over in the UK or they're overseas where the time difference just prevents them from watching the show live. So we have remedied this problem, and we are very happy to announce that we will be adding a third Speez on the Benchmark show to the rotation starting on April 7th. That's WrestleMania Day. We will now be live on Sundays at 3 p.m. Central Time. That's 4 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast. That's 8 p.m. GMT, Silky. That's London time. I think that stands for General Motors time. Something like that. That's London time, 8 o'clock London time. So those of you who are watching from across the pond, make sure that you head on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/SpeezBenchmark, and subscribe because we want to have you live in the chat to talk some wrestling with us. So starting 2 weeks from yesterday on WrestleMania, the day of WrestleMania, we will be live 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 8 o'clock for those of you across the pond. So we're looking forward to that. All right, moving onward. We got to Finn Balor. Finn Balor didn't have a WrestleMania match as of tonight, as of earlier tonight anyway. That all changed this evening, or at least he had an opportunity to get one when he took on what was supposed to be Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley in a handicap match. Lio Rush comes out, says, I'm not medically cleared to compete this evening, so you are going to, in fact, face Lashley and this guy. And it was, drumroll please. Do you know who it was, Dougie?
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal. So Jinder Mahal and Bobby Lashley against Finn Balor for Finn Balor's opportunity to get to WrestleMania. And you can all figure out what happens. Decent enough match, I guess.
Yeah.
Singh brothers get involved. Bobby Lashley gets pissed off because basically Finn Balor wins, as you would expect. Lashley kicks the shit out of the Singh brothers, which when Lashley goes on full-on rage mode and does that fucking choke slam where he holds people up like way above his head and the spear and everything, I like it. So we're going to have an Intercontinental title match between Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor at WrestleMania. Rematch of the match that we just had recently where Bobby Lashley won the title.
How you feeling? A rematch from when the match they had recently when Finn Balor won the title.
So how you feeling about Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor?
I think it's a good look for both of them to actually get on the main card. I mean,
is this a pre-show match or is this a main card match?
100% pre-show match.
You think it's a pre-show match?
100%.
What if it's Demon Finn Balor?
If it's Demon Finn Balor, then not pre-show.
Then all of a sudden it becomes interesting.
That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
It does become interesting.
So, I mean, we'll just see when they announce where it is. If they're announcing it on the main card, I would be not surprised if it's Demon Finn Balor. But if they're announcing it that it's a pre-show match, it's 100% regular Finn Balor.
Okay.
But
well, yeah, for sure. They're not putting the Demon on the pre-show.
Yeah,
There's no way. There's no way.
So but right now of the matches, that's a pre-show match.
Yeah, I agree. Nikki Bella retired and zero fucks are given. That's not true, TLC. That's not entirely true. You need to put some respect on it, Silky. Is that what they...
respect on it.
Exactly. You need to put some respect on that Bella name. Listen, I get that a lot of people don't like the Bellas. I don't see how the Bellas busted their ass any less than any of the other women that have been there. I think the Bellas worked extremely hard. I think the Bellas were looked at as a joke for a long time. And if you still look, Bree's got her issues occasionally. But listen, I didn't have a problem at all with that Nikki Bella Ronda Rousey match from Evolution last year.
No, I mean,
it was a very good match.
It was a good match, and I had a certain feeling about them main eventing it. Like, this was when Ronda was still pretty new, and she hadn't been really involved that much. So I felt like it was shoehorned. Like this was that women's movement. This is when you needed someone like Becky. Honestly, Becky and Charlotte should have main evented that show.
Totally agree, because that match was 100%. Fucking awesome.
Even take away the last man standing, just for what they've done. If it hadn't been for them doing what they did, the women's revolution wouldn't have got as big to pull someone like Ronda Rousey, who literally saw it and just saw money. That, I mean, obviously UFC wasn't working out for her anymore.
It was not.
Oh yeah, she kept eating L's like
big time.
Big time. Holly Holmes' foot just bah, right in the face. Anyway, so but without the work they were doing, the women's movement wouldn't have gotten to that point that she wanted to get involved in, and thus they should have main evented, in my opinion.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Jody Maney's going to miss the Bellas. The women's revolution moved on without her. She's okay, fine. Bree should have had more opportunities, more than Nikki.
I mean, they both had a lot of opportunities. It's just, it's a business. The same reason Ronda Rousey is on top right now. Brie Bella became more of the standout twin. Because remember when they were, long time ago, Brie was the one that was the women's champion.
Exactly.
The Divas champion for a long time. And then it wasn't, and I'm not saying this because, but let's just spade a spade. When she got into the relationship with John Cena and became more of a public figure, that's when she started getting more of the push.
Exactly. With the Bella's retirement, is the last remains of the Divas era gone? I believe it wasn't Natalya a Divas champion?
Yes.
I believe she was.
So
I guess you could say, even though I don't think a lot of people equate Natalya with Divas.
Yeah, they equate Natalya more with the women's revolution now about women wrestlers.
Yeah, totally agree.
That was her niche during the Divas, all that Diva shit, was that she was a woman. She's very beautiful, but she could actually wrestle.
She could go. Exactly.
Yeah, she could go. She wasn't there. Like, you looked at Natalya, and like I say, don't get it twisted. Natalya is gorgeous. But when you look at, you knew she wasn't there because she was just eye candy.
Yeah,
she was there because she could wrestle.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Brisha, we already read that. I'm going back again. So, well, and Foxy, yeah, I guess Alicia Fox to a certain extent. Yeah. If she's still around, I don't know what's become of this allegedly being drunk at a show and getting Arn Anderson fired. I don't know. Amanda Nunes was the end for Rousey. Do you guys think Chris Cyborg will come to WWE? She's been tweeting a lot to Becky and Ronda. I think Cyborg's just talking shit.
Yeah.
I think
she's trying to keep herself relevant.
Exactly.
Didn't she get her ass whooped by Nunes?
She got her ass whooped by Nunes big time.
Fucking
Nunes,
mercilessly
kicked her ass.
And really quick too. So I remember watching that fight, and it was very quick.
Yes.
So she's just trying to get relevant.
Texas Legend fan Brian says, if I slept with John Cena, I would have been champ and had my own show on E. You probably would have.
Yeah.
Probably would have. But that would have been a little bit disturbing.
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll get to Hall of Fame in a little bit here, Jody. Foxy is sobering up. Stay tuned. Maybe not. We shall see. On to, well, first of all, we had Elias appearing from Times Square. I don't know what the fuck that was about. We're just going to kind of gloss over that because
do we need to go? Unlike WWE, I don't feel the need to go through each segment he had.
I don't think we have to either.
It ended, which it was kind of funny. Like, if they had a recurring joke in it where first he's talking and, someone drops a quarter in his coffee or his drink. Then the last one, he had they opened to the guitar case full of money, like hundreds. And he's like, that's probably like $2,000. And he's just talking about how good his performance is going to be. and you see some guy drop money, and then you see some guy grab like a handful and take off, and he goes to take. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll make more than that at WrestleMania." And he cuts the rest of his promo, and while he's cutting the rest of his promo, oblivious to him, the guy comes back, takes the whole guitar case.
Yes.
And that was it.
That's
so we don't need to go over it every
caught
time.
up on Elias. Good comic relief, a little bit of time away for the wrestlers to get some rest. We had Black O'Shea against the Revival.
And what happened? What happened?
It's a goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
It's
not loud enough yet.
It's a goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
It's just bothersome. That's what it is.
It's a goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
How is it an abortion and a disgrace? They lost a very competitive match to a very good team. I mean,
okay.
I mean, are you talking about the fact that they haven't won one match?
They have one victory as tag team champs. One.
Yes, and they're supposed to be the top guys.
They are the fucking. There's no supposed to be.
They're supposed to be
the top guys. They are the top guys. All right, no question about it.
You make a jack off of yourself.
I'm not making a jack off of myself. They are the fucking top guys. Now the problem is they're being booked like a bunch of fucking turds, which is ridiculous. But shit happens anyway. Somehow, Black O'Shea get the win again because they're the shiny new fucking toy, and we have to let them win all the time because Ricochet's great and Aleister Black's great and blah, 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 blah. And I love Ricochet and Aleister Black. I really do. But as a tag team against the top guys, get the fuck out of here. The top guys win that shit all the time. They should, but it still doesn't happen. We still don't know. I said this earlier.
You are a fucking jabroni piece of garbage.
That's what I say to whoever's booking these fucking tag team matches because it's a
goddamn abortion.
I said it again. It's just ridiculous. This is me. I'm getting my own Smart Tier segment right here, right now. This is me because, God damn it, I said it earlier. If you're a fan of tag teams, you might as well just tune in for the Hall of Fame ceremony because that's the only fucking tag teams you're going to see. And you're going to see some great ones getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. But if you want to see some tag team wrestling, apparently it ain't fucking happening at WrestleMania because we still don't know what the... We still don't know what the... We still don't know what the Revival are doing. We still don't know what the Usos are doing.
So
who knows? Well, I know what they're doing. They're losing fucking matches to people that they shouldn't be losing matches to. It's what's happening.
The question is, will the Revival be on WrestleMania?
Of course they'll be on WrestleMania. What kind of question is that?
That's
not the actual answer. That is not the actual answer. Yes, they will be on WrestleMania.
So good.
I guess they're not going to be on the main show because fuck it.
Hell
why
no, they're not be on the main show. You actually think they're going to be on the main show?
Well, not anymore, I don't.
What was that text you sent me about the tweet Dash had? Said I think it was the Revival will be wrestling some old...
Oh, yeah, we'll go ahead and fight Gronk and fucking somebody. I can't remember.
Mojo Rawley.
Mojo Rawley. I guess we'll be facing Mojo Rawley and Gronk at WrestleMania.
And they'd still fucking lose to them.
They probably would. They probably would. Thankfully, they got the titles before they lost to Zack Ryder and fucking Kurt Hawkins because you know that's coming sooner or later.
That is coming. That is very much.
They will not Truth and Loyalty. Stop that horse shit. What? They will not be a part of some backstage segment.
I could see that.
No, you could not see that. You could see it, but it's not going to happen.
Well, the Revival.
Thank you, Alice. I like my end.
You failed.
And that makes the Revival.
And that makes you a failure.
Still the tag team champs. Anyway, who the hell is Gronk? That, Amber, is Rob Gronkowski. He is
one of the greatest tight ends ever
in professional football. Retired from the NFL earlier today after numerous championship runs with the New England Patriots.
6.
And... Well, he wasn't there for all 6. But
I mean, he wasn't there for all 6. But the Patriots are 6-time champ. But yeah.
Also notorious for making an appearance at WrestleMania a few years back as part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal where he helped.
Tossed around Jinder Mahal. This is pre-Jinder getting the push and winning the title.
Pre-steroids Jinder, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, he helped Mojo Rawley win the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. So that's what it was all about. Okay, so enough of that shit. Get the Revival on WrestleMania. This is fucking ridiculous. We're going to have 37 matches on the fucking card, and we still don't know what the Revival match is. So let's get that figured out if you don't mind. In that regard, where are you, Seth Rollins?
Monday Night Raw has sucked.
Exactly. Seth Rollins knows what's up. He knows exactly what's up, and it sucked again tonight seeing the Revival lose, but shit happens. Okay, on we go. Drew McIntyre comes out to address the fact that Roman Reigns also does not have a match at WrestleMania, even though Drew McIntyre put out a challenge and said, I'll face you at WrestleMania. What are you going to do? So he came out into the ring to cut that promo. And what I really dug about this promo is, and normally shit like this bothers me, but he mentioned Roman and Roman's wife and Roman's kids. And specifically what he said was, your kids have already watched their daddy fight for their life once. Now you're going to make them do it again by wrestling me at WrestleMania.
That was great.
That's a fucking awesome line. I mean, that is tiptoeing the line of going too far, but it was pretty fucking awesome, I have to admit. And Roman Reigns came out, said, toe-to-toe, great face.
I didn't like how he talked about himself in the third person.
Yeah, I did.
That was a little bit. I mean, I get what he was going. I guess I get what he's going. It's just weird to hear him like, Roman accepts your challenge.
Yeah.
He should have just been like, I accept your challenge. And then.
Well, I think the reason he said it, and because
it's just separating. I get it because he was like, I'm not talking to Roman athlete. I'm talking to the man, the husband, the wife. And I like how he did that without like saying his real name and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so I get he's like, as Roman, I accept your challenge. But as the man that I am,
as Joe, don't you ever, did he say Joe?
No, he just says, don't ever mention my wife.
Ever
kids.
mention my wife or kids, and then started kicking the shit out of Drew McIntyre. And that was great. Man, that was great. I loved that. I literally cheered. I was like, that's fucking badass. That was very cool. A very cool moment. So anyway, we are going to get, which we kind of knew, but we're going to get Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. That one's official.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good. I thought both guys looked good. I'm looking forward to that match.
I really think that, I really wish they could have put him with someone else to get a win, because he's not beating Roman his first pay-per-view match back since coming back from cancer. So I feel like while it's still a high-profile match, I just wish the timing would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. Sasha Banks says it should be an Extreme Rules match. Should be a stipulation there.
It should not.
It's still going to be a good match. I think that's.
It's going to be a good match, but you already have the no holds bar match with Triple H and Batista.
Yeah, you don't want to get too many of those going on at the same time. 832-937-4559 is the phone number, folks. If you want to join us on the phone lines, I accidentally hung up on somebody at the end of the show last week because they called at the very last minute. I didn't catch it, but so if you want to call back, give us a call.
Raven's Blood said Gronk's going to be the man in the mirror that Mojo's talking to.
Exactly. For his promos.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
Yeah, we're not gonna do Silky singing, number one. We're not gonna do
first of all,
Roman Reigns referring to himself.
And
what?
I got a little happy there. My bad.
Yeah, I don't think Roman's gonna start doing the Rock thing where he starts referring to himself in the third person.
The Reigns, yeah.
The Reigns, yeah. We're not gonna see that. See, let me tell you what we did here, folks. All right, little behind the scenes, $1 Million Studios. We had the workers come in over the weekend. We paid them overtime because we're fucking swell bosses like that, to come in here, run some cable, do some shit, put our soundboard right next to us where we can easily access it. And I think Silky and I are not quite used to yet having the buttons right here at our display. Usually we're reaching for it, but now it's here and we just keep hitting shit.
Well, I was pressing it 100% on purpose.
Okay, well, mine there was an accident. Is Bray still with WWE? Yeah, allegedly. Bray and Sami Zayn, a couple of people that folks are itching for a comeback. I agree. I'd love to see them both, but
Mike Check says, could we see Blackachet fight take over against the War Raiders and then go to Mania face the Revival?
Probably.
How weird would that be, and how big would that be if they won the NXT tag titles and then went on to Mania to win the Raw
tag titles? That'd be fucked up.
How would that be? I mean, it would be great.
It would not be great.
It would be great.
I mean, it would be.
No team would have ever done that. Not even your precious fucking Revival has held them both at the same time.
It would be unique.
It would be great.
It would not be great.
It would be awesome. It would be totally, totally awesome.
Let's move on. Dean,
Fuck the revival.
backstage, who was apparently written off TV. I've been reading the dirt sheets all week. Dean Ambrose has been written off TV. He's not going to be on TV anymore. No more Dean Ambrose on TV. Fucking Dean Ambrose shows up on TV tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck the dirt sheets. I've said it before.
Yeah.
My sources earlier today, by the way.
We're not going to go through this.
Sources.
I'm your only fucking source.
Confirmed to me, and I tweeted it out earlier, that Macho Man Randy Savage will in fact not be appearing at this year's WrestleMania. Exclusive Speez and the Benchmark news right there from fucking sources.
Don't put Benchmark on that. You have no fucking sources.
Don't tell me I don't have sources. That's
you don't have fucking sources. Who's your source?
I don't reveal my fucking sources.
Because you don't have no fucking sources.
I get sources under the condition of anonymity so that they don't put their jobs at risk feeding me the information, insider information that you only get here on the Speez and the Benchmark show. Not like these other horse shit dirt sheets out there. You get real shit. Don't type that in there, Bobarooski. Why is that even a command? Somebody needs to take that shit out of here.
Speez has no fucking sources. The only people in the wrestling business he knows are the ones that I introduced him to.
Okay. Anyway, Dean backstage, who is not written off TV, challenges Drew McIntyre to a last man standing match. Apparently, Dean hasn't had enough of getting his ass kicked by Drew McIntyre because he wants another match with him. And so
I think that this match, and which we'll talk about, I just don't think it was as good as the Falls Count Anywhere.
I didn't think so either.
But we'll get to that. After that, this is where I kind of saw in. It was Sasha and Natalya, which was really fucking weird. Because, I mean, it was all right. It was an all right match. And then all of a sudden, again, Tamina and Nia jump in.
Absolutely.
And here's the weird part was they beat everyone down. They beat Natalya, they beat Bayley, they beat Sasha, and then they got the ass whooped by Beth Phoenix. So why does Beth Phoenix need Natalya? If you were going to do that, have Natalya fight back with her to build up that team.
Agreed. Totally agree. Totally agree. If Corey Graves can have sources, so can Speed, says Ravensblood. Thank you very much. And now Mike Check says, what if your sources turned heel so they feed me info? See, that's what happens, all right? We talk about shiny new toys. You're looking at the shiny new toy in the wrestling universe right here. Silky Baines introduces me, and next thing you know, it's all like, oh, hey,
the only thing shiny about you is your pasty complexion.
This Speez guy knows what's up. We'll hook this guy up. So I'm going to be tweeting some information from my inside sources. Make sure you're following us at Speez Benchmark on Twitter.
Just in case you didn't hear, because he was talking over me, the only thing shiny about him is his pasty complexion.
Yeah, they heard you the first time. It wasn't funny then either.
It was great.
It's not funny now.
I think that joke was a lot better than you gave credit for.
Sasha and Natalya, no contest. Basically, we're going to get the triple threat match at Mania, I would assume. At least 3 tag teams. I'm hearing there could be 4 tag teams. Maybe the Iconics working their way into it, but we should see.
Yeah, I'm assuming the Iconics would be. But here's my thing. Where's the NXT team? Because I think since they talked about all brands and stuff, they should have took a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT to face them at WrestleMania. I think that would have been better.
Yeah, could be. Well, maybe we still see it. Maybe it's a surprise entry. We shall see. Speaking of turning heel, these dudes are selling heel turn T-shirts. Exactly right.
The heel turn is imminent.
It's over there. Heel turn imminent T-shirt. There goes Silky right now. There it is. Hold on.
I'll be back.
Silky's going to be back. All right, he's actually taking off the gear and getting up out of the chair. Well, not getting up out of the chair, just leaning out of the chair. There you go.
I'm too tired for that shit.
That's all right. You know, he's working the shoot job. I hope you folks appreciate the amount of time that Silky Baines puts in work-wise at the shoot job and still manages to come here for the show. We appreciate it. I appreciate it great. Even though he doesn't appreciate me and all the shit that I bring to the show with my one fucking job.
Bam.
Warning. Heel turn imminent. There it is right there in all its glory, right there for all of you to see. Look at that view.
Look at that.
You can get him.
I think the show just got better right now.
Hit us up at Speez Benchmark on Twitter. $20. That's it. That's shipping included, the whole 9. All right, we got all shapes and sizes available. Great shirts. A lot of people. All right, enough of this shit. Here I am waiting for you to actually take it off here.
Oh, you were going to be waiting a while.
No,
that was going to be your look for a minute.
It is a badass shirt, Juanito. And Juanito actually wore our shirt to SmackDown Live. Yes. Or Monday Night Raw, whichever one it was that he mentioned. Yeah, I'm with you, Bobarooski, about Renee saying, oh!
Yeah.
Renee is she's definitely she's the Dr. Huge of WWE. That's her thing. If you took a shot every time Renee did, and look at Dean Ambrose coming in. It's, interrupting people in mid-sentence, whatever you do, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Sasha Reigns is going to buy a shirt. That's great, Sasha. Hit us up at Speez Benchmark on Twitter. Just send us a DM, and we'll get you hooked up. Thank you, Mike Check. We appreciate that. Silky looks like CC Sabathia. So it's the CC Sabathia and who the fuck comedian am I that DX had us?
Jason Sensation?
No, the comedian. Why am I blanking on his name?
Louis
I drank too much. Louis C.K. It's the Louis C.K. and the CC Sabathia show, apparently. According to
I guess.
According to DX.
I wouldn't take the Louis C.K. thing right now, but hey.
No, well, I can't help it.
But you kind of do look like it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Kurt talks up the match with Samoa Joe. Baron Corbin interrupts. Okay, I got that. I'm going to the notes here again. Silky, of course, going to his notes, which he doesn't fucking have as usual. Then we had the moment of bliss with Braun Strowman.
Hot trash.
And the Saturday Night Live weekend update, guys.
Hot trash.
This is consecutive years now where Braun Strowman will have teamed with a small child to win the tag team championship. At least the Revival didn't dump to a fucking kid yet.
That is true.
He's teamed up with a kid to win the tag team championships at WrestleMania. And this year, not only is he going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, which is kind of I don't imagine that's where Braun wanted to be, but he's also going to be there with a couple of fucking clowns from Saturday Night Live. And all his build has been with a couple of clowns from Saturday Night Live.
That's why I wore my shirt today, my Braun Strowman Get These Hands shirt, because I wanted to show Braun love because apparently WWE is not doing the same thing.
They are not showing him any love whatsoever.
I mean, this is a guy who, like, not too long ago, a couple months ago, we were all talking about like it was a foregone conclusion he was going to be a Universal Champion. And now he can be the Intercontinental Champion. You're feuding with a fucking comedian. And not even like a jack comedian who can, come in and put on a good show. It's Colin fucking Jost from Saturday Night Live Weekend Update. Yeah. Could you pick someone less? Like, I just don't understand what they're doing with this. Why am I supposed to care that, it seems like this Andre the Giant Battle Royal, really the main story of it is Braun Strowman trying to get to Colin Jost.
That's pretty much what it is.
That is horrible, and that is why that shit is hot trash.
I totally agree.
Hot trash.
Totally agree. Jody May, I'm not sure why your notes command didn't work there. My bot must have been already used there because Mike Check just did it. That's what it was. Yeah, garbage, another lousy moment of bliss. The only thing good was Alexa looked good. She always looks good.
She always looks good.
Braun must be on rest for the knees, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Braun deserves better. He's getting shit on hard.
Yeah.
Braun is the big show now.
No, I would actually like to see Braun Strowman and Terry Crews.
Was Terry Crews not available?
That was awesome.
Oh, goodness. Maybe Alexa and Braun need to form a tag team in the women's tag team picture.
And that's actually par for the course for the shit he's been doing.
Bobarooski says they're ruining Andre's name by just having this battle royal and all the dumb storyline to go with it.
100%. Like, this battle royal means absolutely nothing. Not a motherfucking thing.
It's like Kane and Pete Rose, says Amber.
That was entertaining.
Yeah, it's just
and that was never in an actual sanctioned match. It was just Kane fucking up Pete Rose.
We had Baron Corbin take on Apollo Crews. Baron Corbin gets the win as you would expect. Hits the end of days. Best finisher in WWE, not called the RKO. I don't care if you like Baron Corbin or not. That finisher kicks maximum ass.
I might disagree just a little bit.
Okay.
I like Bitter End a lot. I think I like Bitter End better.
Okay, that's a good
But
one.
it's up there. It's definitely like that's when I wasn't a big Baron Corbin fan. He's developed a lot of charisma, a lot of personality. But like back in his NXT days, literally the only thing I liked about Baron Corbin was the finish. But yeah, and I think the Bitter End is just slightly better.
Yeah. End of days very good. But anyway, hits the end of days, hits another one after the bell just to be a full-on heel. But it's what Baron Corbin. We're gonna get Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. We got Kurt Angle tonight in a special matchup against United States champion Samoa Joe. What'd you do to my shit here, Silky?
I didn't do shit to
it's
your
all
shit.
It's all jacked up now.
You
Listen
had one fucking job.
Listen to that shit.
You had one fucking job.
God damn it.
One fucking job.
Now I'm going to have to pay more overtime to get the people to come back in here again, Silky. You touched shit. It worked until you touched it.
No.
It worked until you broke it.
No, it worked until you broke it.
What you always say.
Madman Fulton is using yeah, he is. I saw that.
Yeah, Corbin does need new clothes. Don't start with me, Juanito. All right.
Only one job. Thank you, Juanito.
There it is. Thank you, Jody Mania.
What job?
That. Sounds like farts, says Ted. All right, appreciate that, sir. So we had Samoa Joe make his way over from SmackDown Live to have a match against Kurt Angle. Apparently, we're going with all TNA rematches for Kurt Angle this week. We got him against Samoa Joe tonight and him against AJ Styles tomorrow night on SmackDown. So a lot of people like this match. I always love Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's right up there at the top for me of my list of guys that I absolutely just love. Thank you, Alice. Speez is doing a great job. See, Alice, that is classy right there. She recognizes good, hard work when she sees it.
No.
That's what I bring to the fucking table, Silky.
You do not. You
bringing it to the table. The Ghetto Devil is now following us. Thank you very much. Whoa. What are you doing, Silk? Stop touching shit.
One fucking job,
God
man.
dang it, man.
One.
Anyway, we're going to move that over here.
One.
Silk. God damn it. Anyway, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for the follow, good sir. We appreciate that. We're getting ever closer to 50 followers, folks. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to do it. Ghetto Devil, thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate that. We need Mike Tenay and Taz to call Joe versus Angle. We should have had him there. Anyway, not a bad match, but again, I feel bad watching Kurt Angle. Yeah. The guy's hurt. He tried to do a missile. Well, he did. He did a missile drop kick. I think that pretty much the entire WWE roster, and I'm even including the non-athletic ones, could get more air from a standing drop kick than Kurt Angle got from that missile drop kick. I mean, I felt, and I'm not shitting on Kurt Angle, people, and I'm not.
But
well,
you're also telling the truth. I mean,
it's just,
you know what I think of? There was this one show a long time ago called Nikki, where it was a comedy show. Really hot chick, and like her husband was an independent wrestler.
Okay.
And there was an episode where he was actually wrestling Macho Man, who portrayed this over-the-hill wrestler. And so every time they tie up, Macho Man would be like, here's the situation. And then he'd say something weird like, my hip is out of place. And then they put it back. He worked a wrestling hold to put it back, and then he'd be like, here's the situation. I think I'm having a heart attack. And that's what I think of Kurt Angle right now. I can just picture him tied up with fucking Baron Corbin. Here's the situation. I think I'm having a stroke right now.
Yeah, it sucks to see him get old indeed, Amber, most definitely. Yeah, the match was in slow motion. We were robbed 10 years of great Kurt Angle. Thanks, Impact, says Ted. SmackDown will have AJ versus Kurt. Ouch. Yeah, hey, again, more power to him, and the fans are. I'm enjoying getting to see Kurt Angle in there.
I'm not, but I respect the fact he's going out on his own terms, so very few people get to do what they want to do when they go out.
I agree.
Some people you never know when your last match will be for whatever reason.
That's true. That's totally true.
To get to call your shot and say, hey, this is my last match. These are my last matches up to here. And I think with Angle, it's pretty sure that he is actually he's not going to be one of these guys like a Terry Funk who retires. I think the number's like fucking 20-something times he's retired and unretired.
Yeah.
I think Angle's actually done. I think he knows it in his heart, and he's just trying to get that one last moment.
I agree.
Because...
Well, and if you saw him against Samoa Joe tonight... Hold on, wait for it.
That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
See, you know what that was? That was me fixing shit on the fly. One of my other fucking jobs that I do here on the show.
Well, if you hadn't have broke the shit.
You're welcome. Ronda Rousey mic drop number 1. I got 2 more coming before the show's over, Silky, so you can just wait for it. Anyway, like I was saying, if you saw Samoa Joe tonight, him having to eat that pin, even just Samoa Joe trying to sell the pin, just looked painful. Anyway, I love Kurt Angle. One of my favorites. He's fantastic. I hope he goes out on top. I hope he goes out on top against Baron Corbin, but man, it's just been tough to watch him. Took us to our main event of the evening.
Well, you forgot the promo.
Oh, that's right. The Rollins promo?
Yes.
And Paul Heyman promo. We did have a Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman promo.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. The best part was when Heyman falls to the ground after he thinks Rollins is going to kick his ass. They kick Kurt Angle's music, and he comes out, and as they're chanting, "You suck," Kurt Angle's pointing down at Paul Heyman while they're saying "You suck," which was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then the Triple H promo.
Kurt said he wanted and Triple H as well. Kurt said he wanted to face Velveteen before he retired. Why can't he go out against Dream? A one-off doesn't need explanation. It's Mania.
Well, because do you really want to see Dream go against Kurt? That's a no-win situation for him. Yeah. When you think about it.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't want to see that match myself. Some people might want to see it. I don't.
Yeah, no.
Not this iteration of Kurt Angle. I don't want to see that match. We did get one thing from the Triple H promo that was interesting. Batista had asked that Triple H put up his career in their match at WrestleMania, and Triple H said tonight, fine, you want me to put up my career? I'll put up my career. So Triple H's career now on the line in the no-holds-barred match against Batista at WrestleMania. So an interesting development there. I don't think Triple H is losing that match, but you never know.
Yeah,
Stranger things have happened. Took us to the main event, Dean Ambrose against Drew McIntyre. As you would expect, Drew McIntyre gets the win. It was another Dean Ambrose, Drew McIntyre match. Not to say it was a bad match.
Yeah, it was a good match. It wasn't as good as the Falls Count Anywhere, and I don't buy that this will write him off TV because, I mean, he basically just ate a Claymore and couldn't get up.
Right.
Now, last week, I really think they should have swapped the finishes, had him just hit something through a table or, just hit a regular Claymore to pin him last week. And then this week do the thing with the neck, because with his head in the railing, the Claymore, because that was vicious. And I think, that's more believable to me that Dean would stay down than hitting just a random finish.
Bob-Ruski says with the recent torn pec and now this stipulation, I don't know if Triple H actually wins. Sorry to jump back there for a minute.
Well, no,
but,
I mean, he's got a point, but here's the thing is I don't see him losing.
Batista's not coming back.
Yeah.
Triple H is going to be around.
So I don't see him losing to – if he was going to do that, he'd be more inclined to do that with somebody, which I'm going to just use because it's already happened, but like Seth Rollins. Someone that can benefit in the long term for it.
From putting him away for good. Yeah, exactly. Something will happen that'll cause him to stay. We'll see. Yeah. We shall see. All right. So that's Monday Night Raw tonight. We still got SmackDown Live tomorrow. We'll see how they're going to get Kofi into this match against Daniel Bryan, assuming that's going to happen, which we pretty much know it's going to happen, but they gotta make it happen at some point. We will also have the Fatal 4-Way match to determine who will face Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And the Kurt Angle retirement tour continues with his match against AJ Styles. And hopefully we'll see what happens with the Usos as well, because we still don't know what's happening with those guys. If Triple H loses, that's a clear sign Vince is moving him to take over for him. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. That wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily. Yeah. Want to make sure that we took some time to talk some New Japan tonight for you New Japan fans out there. Of course, we had the New Japan Cup that just finished up here recently. The finals, which Silky correctly predicted. I will give him credit for that because, he had to play his Negro Damas music.
Negro Damas.
He did have, in fact, Okada taking on Sonata in the final.
I did have that.
Sonata-Okada final.
Sonata-Okada.
You still had a Speez mic drop number 1 was a highlight of the show, says Juanito. He knows what's up. Better not be fucking Mandy Rose.
I actually think Mandy Rose should be the one.
She's probably going to win.
Yeah.
I kind of think that she is. Also, WrestleMania picture, they still haven't given Batista his nipples back because of his nipples. So that's unfortunate.
No nipples. Said he ain't got no nipples.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Hart, sorry.
So you did have Sonata going over Okada.
Yeah, I did have that, and I stick to that's what should have happened just because of the fact that you need someone in this match. I think Okada and Jay White is such a big match that should have been saved for Dominion.
Well, that's what it
Or
looks like. They're going
even,
all in, balls to the wall for this G1 Supercard at the Garden.
I get
because
that, but I think that you're going to have just as good a match with Sonata, and Sonata gets
he doesn't have the name recognition on this side of the pond that Okada does, though, and I think that's what they're going for.
But at the same time, he can still give you an Okada style, like a great 4 to 5 star match with Jay White, and he can actually afford to lose. And because he doesn't have that name recognition, if he goes 25 minutes with Jay White, takes him to the limit, eats the Blade Runner 1, 2, 3, Jay White is still champ, it elevates Sonata because he took, the champ to the limit.
I agree.
If Okada goes 25 minutes and loses to Jay White, then Okada just lost.
He's 0-3 against Jay White at that point.
Exactly.
Anything short of a victory for Okada is not good for him.
And I really would hate for him to have to win that title back at MSG.
Well, and that's what a lot of people said. If you're going to give it back to Okada, why take it off of Tanahashi when you did, and just let Tanahashi Okada be your main event at Madison Square Garden, which would have been a fucking great main event. Not to say Jay White and Okada's not going to be.
No, it's going to be a great main event.
You kind of painted yourself into a corner from a booking perspective here, because if Okada doesn't get the win, it looks bad for him. It's 3 straight losses to Jay White, and everything Jay White's been saying about how Okada's old school. I'm the fucking future.
Which is true. And I think he's going for that too. They're going for that. Like, nothing, I've always said, as a heel, nothing pisses people off more than a heel who talks his shit but backs it up, because it just infuriates fans that, everything he's saying is true.
It is fucking true. That's exactly right.
That's pretty much how even you could tell the first promo. Everything he said, he was like, I said I was going to do this. I did it. I said I was going to do this. I did it.
Yep.
Everything I say, he said, I'm not defending this belt until the G1 in New York City. And he staying true to that.
Yeah. Do you guys think Jay White is a wannabe Omega?
No.
I think Jay White's character is much better than Omega's, to be honest with you. I'm talking character. I'm not talking about wrestler, because I know people go apeshit when you say somebody's a better wrestler than Omega. From a character perspective, I think Jay White's character is fucking awesome.
Well, it's apples and oranges. They're two different styles of characters.
This is true.
I mean,
for me,
Omega's character back when he first turned heel, when he was the maniacal, trying to get Bullet Club back to its roots, the one that turned on AJ, that Omega was just as good as a heel character as Jay White. I think, though, Jay White right now is the best heel going, possibly in professional wrestling.
He's great. Raven's Blood says, it's strange to see New Japan hot potato the IWGP title. She sees Switchblade retaining with Gato's help. Now, is that a way around it? Can Okada eat the loss if there's some kind of interference?
No, he definitely can, but it needs to build, he can and have it built to, maybe Dominion, but then again, are you going to if you're not planning to put the title on him, you don't want to go that far and have some kind of screw job type finish, because you're not going to pay it off.
New Japan needs to haul fucking ass on this U.S. expansion because it sucked, says Bob Aruski. Now, that being said, if Okada loses at MSG, who do you have face Jay at Dominion?
That's a good question.
Now, let's get to this card. I'm going to the notes here. Silky, you going to your notes?
Yep, right there.
He doesn't have any fucking notes. I'm the guy with I got a notepad full of fucking notes. Look at that. All over the place. I got notes here. I got printed out notes. I got all kinds of shit.
My notes are here.
Anyway, this is the New Japan Ring of Honor G1 Supercard taking place April 6th. WrestleMania weekend. Here we go. You got the Honor Rumble, which is basically going to be your not really that big a deal. This is one of the matches I'm really looking forward to, actually. Jeff Cobb, the Ring of Honor television champion, taking on Will Ospreay, the never openweight champion. I think Jeff Cobb and Will Ospreay, I'm going to say it right now, has the potential to steal the show. I think it's going to be a great fucking match. I love Jeff Cobb. I think that guy's a fucking badass. I think he's great. And Will Ospreay is a fucking insane, crazy person. And you know he's going to pull out all the stops because they're in Madison Square Garden. So don't kill yourself, Will Ospreay, please. But I think that match is going to be awesome. So that's going to be a good one. You got Dalton Castle versus Rush.
Roosh.
Is it Roosh?
It's Roosh.
It's Roosh. Who fucking knew? Looks like Rush to me. But anyway, I don't know shit about Roosh, obviously, because I can't even pronounce his fucking name.
I only know because they were pumping him a lot when I was doing the Ring of Honor loop this year.
In San Antonio this year.
And Houston. So, but yeah, it's Roosh, and Dalton Castle's now a heel.
There you go. I wasn't hot on that MSG show, but God, the recent matches added to it make me hype up for it. Okay, well, we'll get to that. So you've got, here was my thing, and I'm going to throw this out there to you New Japan fans, because one of the things I noticed, and this wasn't an indictment of one particular fan base or the other, but there were several matches on this card that we've just seen recently. One of them I'm about to mention right now, Kelly Klein taking on, how do you pronounce her first name? I know Iwatani. Is it Mayu Iwatani?
Yeah,
I don't know how to say her first
Iwatani.
name. I know Iwatani, that's it. For the
Ring of Honor Women's Championship.
The Women of Honor Championship, basically. We just saw that match. Like, that match just happened last month at Bound by Honor. Mm-hmm. So that's a rematch that we've just seen. You've also got Tanahashi taking on Zack Sabre Jr., which we just saw last week in the New Japan Cup. You've also got Tetsuya Naito taking on Kota Ibushi IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. We just saw that match last week in New Japan Cup. And then in the big tag team match, you've got LIJ, Evil, and Sonata taking on the Guerrillas of Destiny, which we've seen that match. I mean, they've ping-ponged the titles back and forth fucking 3 times over the last several months. You've got those two, and then from Ring of Honor, you got the Briscoes against Villain Enterprises, and of course, we just got through seeing the Briscoes and Villain Enterprises. So it's not exactly the exact same match. I mean, it's a 4-way. They're all going against each other, but it's the same guys in there.
The match, the thing about that match is that right now, the Briscoes and LIJ, Evil and Sonata, literally have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Exactly.
This is winner take all, right? This is not one of those like WrestleMania situations where it's 2 falls, first falls for one title, the second falls for another. Yes. No, it's winner take all. So Briscoes and Evil and Sonata go in there with no titles and could walk out with
2 fucking titles, exactly.
So I just don't, I mean, I liked it when it was Villain Enterprises, who just won the Ring of Honor World Championships at the anniversary show from the Briscoes. I was part of that melee that led up to that match.
Yes, he was.
And then the Guerrillas of Destiny.
Against Guerrillas of Destiny, exactly.
And
champions versus champions.
Yes. And winner take, I don't know why they have to do the winner take all.
Thank you very much, Matthew Knowles, for subscribing. We got to move this subscriber thing again. God dang it, Silky, you had one job. What are you doing here?
One job. Anyway, but
thank you, Matthew Knowles, for the follow there. We appreciate that.
So I just don't understand why it's a 4-way and why you put 2 teams in it who literally walk in with nothing. There is nothing they have to lose.
Yeah. Well, and the point I was going to make was, despite the fact that there are several matches on here that are rematches that we've just seen, not only recently, but I mean literally within the last week or month, which is very recently when you're talking about New Japan, because they don't have shows very often. People still love, sorry to interrupt, but people still love the card. They're totally okay with rematches like this. They're like, yeah, like Bob Ruski says. Or who was it? Raven's Blood. Naito versus Ibushi could be match of the night. Their New Japan Match Cup was great. Like we just saw it a week ago. We're going to see it again. And people are like, fucking ain't right. I'm ready to see it again. It's so weird because WWE fans are like the polar opposite. If you got the same match again that you just seen, 99% of the time, WWE fans are going to go, fucking rematch, man. Why do we always get fucking rematches? Why can't we get fresh matches?
Because here's the thing, though, with New Japan. When they don't have the weekly shows, right?
Exactly.
So even though just last week we saw this, and now, you know, in a couple weeks we're going to see it again, you're going to see 2 great matches. You're not going to see a 12-minute match at the pay-per-view and then a 6-minute match on Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the next week, another 6-minute match on Raw. It's like these matches are going to have time to breathe. It's going to be good.
No, I mean, I get it. I think it's interesting that it's just an observation that I make between how WWE fans in general tend to react towards rematches or matches that they've seen before and New Japan fans. New Japan fans are like, this match was great. There's no reason it's not going to be great again. Yeah. And I just feel like WWE fans, a lot of times there's an inherent sense of negativity towards rematches like that. But we shall see. You've also got Bully Ray taking on somebody in a New York City street fight open challenge. The name that people are throwing out are Flip Gordon, and the one that people want to see is Ishii. See him show up. Oh, and that would be fucking badass.
Fucking amazing.
That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
So hopefully that happens. You've also got Bandito versus Dragon Lee versus Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. That match will be insanity.
Yeah, hopefully Dragon Lee doesn't break anyone's neck.
Agreed. Totally agree. And of course, your main event. We've also got the Ring of Honor Championship match between Jay Lethal, Marty Scurll, and Matt Taven.
Which, again, Taven just wrestled Lethal for the title.
Again. And last but not least, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, which we just talked about. Okada getting his title shot after winning the New Japan Cup.
So do you want to venture out any who's going to win? Not the Honor Rumble, because, hell, I don't even know all of the people in the Honor Rumble. Oh, Minoru Suzuki.
Suzuki was another one, yes. Please let it be Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki will kill Bully Ray and everyone at ringside. Yeah, he's something
I think
else.
That's a little too dangerous to put together.
And Ted says it. Well, when AJ and Nakamura are kicking each other in the nuts for 5 months, it gets old, and you don't tend to see that overseas.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true, too.
So,
you want to do some quick picks? We'll do some quick picks.
Quick picks.
Cobb
and Ospreay.
I'm going with
Ospreay.
I'm going to go Ospreay.
All right. Castle and Roosh.
I'm going to go with Castle because I don't know who the fuck Roosh is.
I'm going with Roosh because I've seen a lot of build for him coming back. And
okay, there you go. Kelly Klein, Iwatani. I'm going with Iwatani to retain.
Yes, me too.
Okay, Bully Ray versus we don't know. We're going to skip that one. Yeah. Bandito, Dragon Lee, Ishimori.
I'm going Bandito.
I was going to go Bandito too, damn it. All right, we're both going Bandito. That's fine. The crazy tag team Insanity. I'm going with Gorillas.
You're going with Gorillas? I'm going with Villain Enterprises.
Oh, sleeper. I like that. PCO. Yeah. Everybody's saying PCO is going to kill himself.
He might. I mean, he just definitely
He's just going to be insanity.
Wouldn't be...
Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going Zack Sabre Jr.
I'm going Tanahashi.
Ooh, to take the British Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
Okay, then. Kota Ibushi, Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
I'm going to go Ibushi.
I'm going Naito to retain. Jay Lethal, Marty Scurll, and Matt Taven.
I'm going Marty Scurll.
Oh, I was going to go Marty Scurll. I'll go Jay Lethal to retain there because Lethal hasn't even had a title defense, has he?
Yeah, he just defended the title against Matt Taven.
I thought he won. No, that's right. He hasn't won. Okay.
Yeah, he's been tagging a lot with Gresham.
That's what I've been seeing so much.
Yeah, but they just at the anniversary show, they went to us. The whole point was Marty Scurll had this match, right? The winner of the anniversary show between Taven and Jay Lethal would face Marty Scurll at the MSG show, and then Taven and Jay Lethal went 60 minutes time limit draw. So that's the triple threat match.
Gotcha.
But I'm going Marty Scurll just because I think it's going to end with Villain Enterprises holding a lot of gold.
All right, then. And I'm going with Okada in the main event. I'm
going Jay White all the way.
Going with Okada. I think it'd be crazy that they, hot potato the title like that, but stranger things have happened.
I think that there's no way they're going to. But then again, I didn't think there's no way that Tanahashi would lose it so quick to Switchblade.
Yeah, I know. It's been crazy the way they're doing it. Very quickly, because we've gone over a little bit, but we appreciate you guys sticking with us. Those of you that are still with us here over on Twitch, and thank you for all the new followers today. We are very grateful for that. Getting ever closer to that 50.
Leave a tip.
And you can leave a tip at the tip jar until we get the bits. You know, all you people who drop super hearts over on Periscope that we like so much, one of the reasons we're moving over to Twitch is because Periscope keeps all that super heart money, unless you get like an obscene amount of super hearts. Over on Twitch, once we get to the affiliate level, you can drop bits, which are very similar to super hearts. And that shit actually comes to us. Yeah. Which is why we're over here on Twitch.
And they stockpile it. It's not here. Because just a little thing. It was like, what, 180,000 just to get to the monetized level, right? Which took us roughly about 3 months.
Yes.
And then after it took us 3 months to get 180,000, all of a sudden we have to get 151,000 a month.
Yes.
And if we don't hit that,
They keep it all.
They keep it all, and we start back at zero. So this is part of the reason why we're pulling up the curtain, letting you know why we're going over to Twitch is just because of the fact that, you know, at least with Twitch, if we don't make it to that cash out level, we stay there the next month.
Here's the thing, gang. I don't think Silky or I had an appreciation for how quickly the show would take off and how quickly people would not only show up week to week, several times a week. I mean, the fact that so many of you come here all the time is really mind-blowing to us, and we're very grateful for that.
Very humble.
When you couple into the fact that people are actually willing to donate to the cause and help us out with what it costs to do this, we don't want that money going to some fucking company. Yeah. Like, if you're giving it to us, we want it to come to us, and we want to be able to say, hey, thank you. That money actually went in our pockets, which is what you were trying to do in the first place. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah, it's really messed up, Ravens Blood. It's an unfortunate thing. It just, Periscope's not really for small streamers. You got to get really, really big numbers to be able to make that work. So it just happens. Alice likes Twitch.
Oh, and I'm sorry about that, Mike Check.
Yeah, Mike Check, I know, man. It's been a tough week for you, man, and I know you've had some very kind words for us in the past. Yeah. We're always grateful for you being here. We're grateful for everybody being here. So,
bad segue time, but I wanted to give an update of my grandmother.
Please do.
She has completed all of her chemo and radiation, so that's a good thing.
There it is.
And right now I think next week she has an appointment to see. Right now they project that the tumor should be small enough where they can just cut it out and she can be cancer free.
That is awesome news.
Thank to everyone who sent prayers, shared the donation, you know, all of that. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you guys.
No, it's great news, man. We're glad to hear it, and that's awesome. Does NJPW shows ever end on a DQ?
They have matches that end on DQ.
Occasionally. You got to go pretty fucking far. You got to go even farther to actually get counted out in one of their fucking matches because like guys will wrestle out there forever. And the announcers will say, and props to Red Shoes for not counting them out here because you don't want a big match like this to end on a count out. Well, yeah, I don't want it to end on a count out, but if you have the fucking rule, then enforce the rules, for crying out loud.
And I also wanted to get to a couple of questions I think people forgot. Have I been in a triple threat match?
Yes.
Yes, I have been in plenty of them. I like them just because of the different iterations of stuff you can do in them that make it different from the standard one-on-one match. No,
hold on, I just want to interrupt here. Very first DZW match ever was a fatal four-way match.
Well, the main event, yes, it was a fatal four-way match,
which the benchmark here won.
I did,
and that was where Silky and I met for the very first time.
Yes.
And the rest is history. So, win over Hambone, Paul Titan, and
David Starr.
David Starr, that's correct.
Not
that David Starr.
Yeah,
another David Starr.
But and then there was a question about have I ever done commentating? No, I have not. I wouldn't mind actually doing it now that it's, you know, the in-ring career is kind of like
winding down.
Yeah, it's winding down. It's pretty much all but done. I mean, I have one more date right now. It's in April 19th in Santa Fe, Texas. But, you know, that one, I don't know if it's going to be a long-term gig because now with the shoot job that I've taken and, you know, I work a lot of hours, but I don't beat up my body. And that is a good thing.
Most definitely.
Almost 40 years of age. And yes, I am almost 40. You know, black don't crack.
You're almost you're still a little bit older than me, Silky. I got a ways to go to catch you, which that's okay. So it goes. Right, we should be a commentary team. I think we'd be a fucking great commentary team.
No, I'm not gonna do.
I thought he was gonna say some shitty. About
I think we would.
Team. Anyway, no, go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna do a retirement tour because I don't have time to do a retirement tour.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So,
all right, let's get to one last thing before we say goodnight. Once again, for those of you across the pond, if you're catching the show now, you can catch us live starting Sunday, April 7th. That's WrestleMania Day. We will be on at 3 p.m. Central Time. That's 4 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast, 8 o'clock for those of you over in London on General Motors Time or whatever GMT is. So make sure.
Think it's General Mountain Time.
Is it General Mountain Time?
Hold on. Let's check.
Well, don't look it up now. We're getting ready to end the fucking show for crying out loud.
I'm curious.
Silky, anything else to get out there for the people before we say goodnight?
Hold on, you asshole.
This is riveting fucking television that we're doing right here now.
It stands for
Silky
Greenwich
looking at
Mean
shit.
Time.
Greenwich Mean Time.
That's what the fuck it stands for. Greenwich Mean Time.
All right, well, it's 4:22
MEAN.
in the AM right now, so I figure most of you over there across the pond are not watching, but you can watch us from now on.
Boom.
Sundays.
Just for you.
8
we
p.m.
did this.
Greenwich Mean Time.
Came up with the idea.
That was Silky's one job.
It was my idea.
Of course it was. For the benchmark. Oh, that's beef overload.
You're so bad at this.
I'm not. It's again. It's the shit here.
Oh my god.
Alice says Speez the benchmark and Silky would be an excellent commentating team. I think so too.
I think so.
Somebody's gonna hire us sooner or later. We'll make it
Yes.
happen. Not for our production skills, because me and my 1,000 jobs. Silky, remind everybody what it is you do besides showing up here and talking shit.
I give the actual knowledge.
For the benchmark, Silky Baines.
Yo.
Chris P. Zachary, thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, right here on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Good night, everybody.